Game Breaker TV.
What's up, guys? Mike B, aka Phony. This is another city tour. This one is the Grove. It's the capital city for the Sylvari. And what you're looking at here is the upper floor. This is the instanced upper floor area that it seems that almost all the cities have, except for, I don't believe Lion's Arch actually had it. But the Asura has it, a couple of other, I think, areas. I think the Char might have an instanced area. I'm not quite sure. It's been a while since I've been there because all this past weekend I've just been hanging out with the Asura and the Sylvari, trying to figure them out. One of the cool things I noticed here, right off the bat, is the stained glass and how it actually looks and reacts how stained glass would to the lights, which is very, very cool, very neat effect. And I don't even have everything fully maxed. I don't have, I think, anti-aliasing. I don't think they have that maxed. A couple other things I have toned down purely for the sake of squeezing out just a few more frames while not sacrificing too much in terms of quality for a 1080p recording. Now, you may notice in certain areas that the frame rate will drop to slightly unacceptable levels. The client has a tendency to do that, but for the most part, it does have something have to do with the fact that I am recording. When I am not recording, I still experience frame rate drops on occasion, but it doesn't drop it down to unacceptable levels. So I'll get here, especially in the Grove, I'll get easily 90 frames per second, but then I might take a hit and it brings it down to like 50, which is completely acceptable. But since we're recording, it hogs up a little bit of PCU.
Are you here to learn about crafting? We all need to learn trades of every sort if we hope to defeat the Elder Dragons. Speak to one of our master craftsmen to improve your skills.
If you saw the Asura city tour, then you know who that person is. That is the person that essentially is triggered by you not having any kind of craftsman skills, and they're trying to push you into going down that route. It's kind of a neat interactive tutorial type sense, except for in Rada Sum for the Asura, she kept following me around the city and kept asking me and then insulting me for it too, which is hilarious. Here's an easy vista. We get a nice panoramic fly through of the upper of, I guess, the third and the second floor here. Really nice. So the Grove is actually at the base of the Pale Tree. The Pale Tree is what dictates pretty much everything as far as birthing or creating or whatever you're growing a single Sylvari. There's a lot of lore here that I don't want to step on because I don't want to talk this entire time, and I also don't want to get it wrong. But still, just know that you're at the base of a sentient tree, which is very, very cool, just in theory, right? I guess if you watch The Happening, you know that all trees are sentient beings, but we won't go there. Now again, this is the next level down from the council area. Some cool stuff about to happen here. Just like how Guild Wars 2 is, they do put forth these paths for you to take, but you can always go and create your own path because they give you so many options. So here I am walking into this, I don't even know what to call this. I'll just call it a club. So I'm in this club, or maybe it's something else, I'm not sure. One bed, lots of people, strange. We're gonna go ahead and run down here, but this area is just designed multiple levels, right? Really cool paths, really cool lighting. But as we start to drop down here, I do get lost here in a minute, watch. We start to pick up on these different tiers. This is like an inn, so this is like the lodge bar area, lodging upstairs. And then as we go down further, we see that it turns into more and more of a social type environment.
Don't strain yourself. It's probably the same thing I'll do if another one tugs my tail to see if it's attached.
Now, what you're looking at here is probably one of the first clips you've seen of male Sylvari dance. There's two male Sylvaris here, and getting a freak on. Female Sylvari, not at all interested. couple of out of place. Is that Char and a Norn back there? I didn't quite see it, but one of them was, I think, definitely a Char. Clearly, because he had a tail. So here we go. Getting again, this is
what can I do to help you prepare for
the lounge bar party area.
Guests, so I appreciate the offer.
And that was the bottom floor of the Grove. And that's what you're looking at. Is it quite? Let's see. Yeah, I see. I jumped down to the same thing. So this, okay, so this is actually, I'm sorry, this is the second floor. Third floor being the one we just came from. We ran around out there in the open. It's nice and bright. Starts to get a little bit darker, a little bit gloomier as you go further down. I think I'm trying to make my way back up because I don't think we're ready to explore that level just yet. This is the lost part. And then, of course, dude's still getting the freak on over there.
What did you do?
I grabbed onto the nearest thing, which turned out to be a Norn. He nearly knocked me off my feet, too.
The conversation pieces that go on around is awesome. I mean, just the look of this place actually is really nice. But yeah, I think I've already beaten to death the fact that the sound designers did a phenomenal job with each of these cities. So back to the perimeter. With the Asura, I was able to jump over the edge to get down to a lower level. I think what I'm looking for here is a way to potentially do the same thing, but I don't think it's going to happen. So we're going to go ahead and jump down one more level here. Right? Or not. Oh, here we go. That is your ride right there. That little droplet, that leaflet that's folded, that looks almost like a teardrop. That will take you up and down. I believe we're going to ride it later on. I'm not quite sure. That right there in the background. But we're not done. We're not even done with the main floor. This is where most of you, if you've rolled a Sylvari, you'll recognize this. This is where essentially you came in and started exploring the Grove. Now, this is a dead end.
Later, okay?
I look forward to it.
This is a dead end, but I wanted to come over here because one, the view is awesome. Because we're far enough away we can see everything. And then two, right over there to the right, you saw that there's a couple steps around the thing. I'm not gonna tackle it, but right here is where your first jump puzzle is as a Sylvari. You could do this like this.
You have many questions.
Immediately following your intro quests. I'm trying to shatter the glass to fall through. Obviously, it's not gonna work. We're not quite there yet, folks. So we're gonna start making our way past this gigantic Asura gate, and we're gonna make our way down into the next level now. Again, all we've explored so far is that lodge type area, that very social kind of commons place, and the council area and second floor. I'm sorry, I guess technically the third floor, I think? Yeah, third floor, because now this is like the crafters floor. We're gonna find lots of crafters and what looks like an auction house, and just all kinds of places. So here's the area that we walked out earlier, and then we walked right back in. Right over there is another way to get up. Again, plenty of options to go up and down.
Way to grow old. Can you imagine? Human bodies.
Oh yeah. This will take you down to the next level. We'll hit that up in a little bit. That's the bottom floor that you're looking at down there on the right-hand side. I don't know if we call it first floor, or we call it basement. No idea, but it's more of a living quarters. This is all vendors and such.
My gift lie there.
I love how they have all the vendors set up in these areas like this. Or not even vendors, just NPCs, right? Because it feels like it would if you were to come across a typical village/marketplace. where you'd have the marketplace area, and it would be divvied up by, you know, essentially what they sell, what type of wares they provide. This right here is another way to get up to the top. It's full of grubs, but I'm gonna actually pop up in the map here for a second so you can see it. That wraps around, and you can actually get to the top that way, right? Yeah, pretty certain that's where it goes. If not, have fun exploring that when the game launches. All the little centers segregated off on the bridges, held up by wire. You see this tiny little wire holding it up. I'm sure it's not wire, it's probably like web or something. Here we go. This is definitely a crafter's terrace right here. So it's like a sewing machine type thing right there. Very interesting how they've taken these organic materials and turned them into like these workshop things that you would typically use machines for, not, you know, rotating mushroom head with the needle thread, you know. And here we go. Here's an auction house style building. Right in the middle, of course, where it should be. Now this, I don't know what the story is here, but usually when you have banners set up, it represents something like some kind of sub-segregated, I guess you could say, tribe or something, like a clan. So I'm curious what the story is there. I'm sure we'll find out eventually, but I just had to run in there and take a look around because I noticed that the banners were there. And you don't see banners anywhere, right? You mostly see signs that actually indicate what's there on the giant leaves over there. But banners, they kind of just stood out. Now, you see how high up that went. We're not even on the bottom floor. As you can see, the bottom floor is right there on the right-hand side. Passing by the the bar again. The young lady again. Oh, yeah. All right, now here we are. We're going down into what seems to be, I guess you say the ghetto. It looks to be like the living quarters. We're gonna run into a couple of the buildings, but definitely looks to be like sort of a living quarter type setup. There's a park area. There's several of these. You could almost call them like structured home type settlements. You'll see.
If you're going beyond the grove tonight, be careful.
You see, we have tables and all of that. People chilling. All of this, all of these questions I have were soon to be answered once I was done recording these, and then went back to explore a little bit more with the UI turned on. I was really pushing myself for time because I really wanted to get these videos recorded. But then, you know, the beta events, of course, was happening, and I really couldn't be bothered with going back and learning anything more than what I already picked up. Flies randomly all over the place. Gigantic flies. Right over here on the left, there's another way to get up. There's a tunnel back in there somewhere. That'll take you up to the top. I love the waterfalls that you see off to the left. I believe I'm going to pan over a little bit. You can see some of them right around the corner here. There we go. Now, again, I don't have the settings maxed, so there is a few steps higher that you could take some of that, and there's also a few steps to the left that I should have gone right there. What's nice is that almost anywhere you look, you could get a really good shot. There's the way this whole world is designed there's just so much depth and not even there's so much height to everything.
Lion's Arch. That city holds many dangers.
You met someone from the Nightmare Court? And you survived?
I did. Others didn't.
What are they like?
Members of the Nightmare Court are cruel. They're capable of terrible evil when you're near them. You feel nothing from them but cold emptiness.
Eavesdropping.
When the Nightmare Court was
Again.
stalking us, it was a dog.
It's a whole lot of story there that she's basically telling you. Now this thing seems like a little glitched. Initially, it was working fine where it wouldn't clone itself like that. And then at the top here, you wouldn't just be magically standing up here. You would actually get out. But what's happening is that it was actually releasing the body. It was releasing your camera and your player, but your player model wasn't coming with you. So people were running around invisible after using the elevators, which is quite hilarious. So that was fixed, but replaced with the, you know, the strangeness of what you just saw. So this is it. This is the Grove. Wildlife just kind of chilling inside of the city area. It's very cool. And I think this is about where we're going to wrap things up right here. Thank you very much for watching. This has been another city tour. This one, the Sylvari capital city called the Grove. Be sure to check out aka Mike B, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and of course, GameBreaker.tv for more Guild Wars 2 coverage. We have a lot coming between now and launch. Have a nice day. We'll see you guys later.